day long. The number 2 Samsung machine was just unbeatable, and somehow Tyler Hudson found a way to get it done. So congratulations to Tyler Hudson. See how he rebounds off of that win coming out of Vegas to a completely new beast here with Bristol.
Yeah, he definitely played strategy perfect last week. That was pretty exciting to watch too. I really thought that tires might have played a role, but he really proved that he didn't need the tires. Taking the gamble on the track position really worked out for him last week. So there's lots of people I'll be watching this week at Bristol. There's been several drivers that have just really grabbed my attention through the first 3 weeks of this series.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great drivers we've seen, and some big names. Adam Gilliland, won our Daytona 500, and he's kind of been on the quiet side last week. He was quiet last week, but then we've had some other drivers that have been hot all year long. Drivers like Jordy Lopez Jr., of course, Tyler Hudson winning last week. Just to name a few, there's plenty of them. It's going to be incredible today. Looking at some of these names, Billy Price had a killer race last week as well. It'll be interesting to see how he does in this wonderful race here at Bristol. So it's going to be fun to see who's going to be able to handle the short track pressure. It's short track racing is a lot of these drivers' roots. You talk about the grassroots of racing, man, and it all happens at the short track, and that's where we're at tonight. And I'm telling you, you get to these short tracks, and some of these guys are just born to race short track. And for some race fans, that's all there is. They don't care about the super speedways and the intermediates. They just want to come to the short track. So we got that coming right here, and I think the world's greatest short track is right here in Bristol, Tennessee. And we're going to see some killer action in just a moment. If you're a rookie as well coming into Bristol, maybe it's some of these guys' first time in this humongous top split with these talented drivers, and you go into Bristol for the first time, Kane, it can be very intimidating. It's the only track in the world that's completely surrounded by a wall of fans and stands. The grandstands are as tall as you can see in 360 degrees around you. There's no other racetrack in the world that looks anything remotely like Bristol. Well, we definitely have some good images on the screen. Look at how the track has evolved over time.
Yeah, we do got some live footage coming now. Not sure why it struggled there at the beginning, but
we're good to go now.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there, but a little reboot on the thing, and now it's showing the images looks good. So we're up and running just in time for the race.
One of the things we didn't get to talk about pre-race was the fuel window tonight. We're not going to be needing to worry too much about the fuel window tonight. It's going to be over 100 laps, right about 110 laps will be about the fuel window. I think tires will be more of an issue than fuel will today, so we'll keep an eye on that. I think we'll see a minimum of 2 stops. So you're going to have to make at least 2 stops to finish this race. It'll be interesting to see how that happens throughout the night. Track position is very important here at Bristol. If you're on the tail end of the pack, Kane, it's very easy to fall off the pack. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and get this running order down. We got a first-time pole sitter for the season, and that is the number 10 machine of Malik Ray this week in the number 10 car this week. So congratulations to Malik Ray on getting a pole right there. That's a very good job by Malik, and so congratulations to him. Now, in the second position tonight and starting on the outside pole will be Paul Kashiba. Very good job by Paul to get up there on the outside pole tonight. And then starting in the third position will be Benjamin Burmeister. and back and forth will be Greg McKinney. Starting in the 5th spot will be Billy Price. We mentioned had a phenomenal week last week. And then we have Logan Sheets starting 6th. 7th will be Dylan Sessi. And then we have Matt Spangler starting 8th. Alan Bowes will be in the 9th position with Jarl Taheen starting 10th. Timu Livanen will be 11th with Dylan Rafferty in 12th. Jordy Lopez Jr. will be starting in 13th in his Ford Fusion with Nathan Saxon starting 14th. Patrick Crabtree will be rounding out the top 15. Tyler Lawlin will be doing the 16th spot tonight with Justin Bolton starting 17th. John Swakert will be starting in the 18th spot with Ryan Manning 19th. Rounding out the top 20 will be Steven Azzini. And then we have Justin Fuller, Jordan Worth, Tyler Hill, Josh Fox, Jason Jacoby in the top 25. And then Peter Burnett, Josh Berry, Chris Hall, Adam Gilliland, Casey Tucker, Danny Hansen 31st. And rounding out the 32-car field will be Kwame Jai. And man, it's time, buddy. Let's get this Bristol thing running.
Yeah, real quickly as they're getting ready to grid up, let's take a look at the season standings. That's exactly the word I was looking for. The season standings, to see who's leading it up to this point.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I definitely want to see how these standings are. They get really important. I know it's a long season, an extremely long season ahead, but standings are ever important, so let's take a look at that.
Yeah, you know, last week we had Michael Conti on top. The win for Tyler last week really helped him out. And now we're seeing Tyler Hudson in the lead in the points with Chad Lawton in 2nd, Michael Conti in 3rd, Gerald Dean in 4th, Jordy Lopez Jr. in 5th, Benjamin Burmeister's in 6th, Jared Crawford in 7th, Steve Izzini is in 8th, Dylan Rafferty's in 9th, and Andre Castro is rounds out the top 10 in the season standings so far.
It's awesome news, man. And like we said, it's such a long season ahead that, it's really going to be fun to see how this turns out with so much stuff happening here. It's going to be really, really exciting to see how it forms out over the next few weeks. I mean, we're talking about a humongous season ahead. This is not a normal 12-week or 10-week season. We got an entire NASCAR season to run here, and so the race till all the way to about down to November is a long way from now. But each race is ever important. You have to look at each race as like it would be we're at Homestead, and you're fighting for each and every point. It really makes a humongous difference in the long run game.
Yeah, there's a lot of races here, and these drivers really got to focus on the point standings for this season. There's a lot at stake in this NIS series, so there's definitely a lot that these drivers got to take into consideration on so many races in this season.
And that's one of the hard things that a lot of these drivers have a hard time comprehending is that exactly just making sure that you're in it each and every week. Getting a finish each week is very hard, and getting a consistent finish is even harder. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm trying to fix something here, but what I was saying is just trying to staying in the top 10 each week can keep you up there, but wins is really helpful. So just like you saw Tyler Hudson last week, he gathered that win. Now I don't see him he's not in our starting grid this week. Now he does have 3 other opportunities to make that up this week. So just because he's not in our show race, he still has a chance to save some points this week. So I'm sure that he'll be doing that.
Yeah, there's 3 other opportunities for the drivers here as we're going green at Bristol.
And fantastic stuff already. Keep your eyes peeled, Kane. And it doesn't take long as lap 1 already underway. Who will lead the first lap? It is Malik Ray, your pole sitter, officially leading the lead lap. Keep your eyes. We already have trouble. We have trouble in turn 2. and it is going to be a first caution of the race. And Kane, I'm going to try to run back here to find out exactly who was caught up in the action. That was very soon. We were not expecting that fast, but this is Bristol. It can happen in a hurry. And as we go back to try to see what happened and possibly get a race recall replay, I know it happened in turn 2, and it looks like I want to say it was in the middle of the pack. There it is. It's actually going to be Dylan Rafferty, I believe, in the number 7 car is where it starts, Kane. If you go to lap 2 and look at the number 8 car, and I mean the number 7 car, I'm sorry, of Dylan Rafferty, it looks like Nathan Saxon may have gotten into the rear of the 7 car. I think what happened is the top line kind of got backed up a little bit, and he slowed down, and the 7 didn't have a chance, and when he did, he had nowhere to go. The 24 car taps that back bumper and turns him sideways, but luckily minimum damage to all cars. Very, very fortunate, especially for the number 2 machine of Justin Bolden in the Best Western Chevy. He could have been taken out of this thing, and luckily because of the save that Dylan Rafferty made with the 7 car, fantastic job saving, that nobody's in big trouble. So that's just a caution. We'll just count that as just a redo here. We'll restart this race. I don't even think the 7 car is going to have enough damage where he'll need to pit. I don't think he will.
Yeah, it looked like it was not too hard of an impact there. He just kind of got straightened back up and relined up for the restart.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting, Kane. That was a unique incident there, but really glad that everything is okay, and we'll be starting back up real soon, guys, so keep our eyes peeled here. It don't take long to get back going here, Kane, so that's something we got to keep in mind.
Yeah, it looks like the drivers are lined up 2 by 2 now, getting the lights are off on the pace car, and we will be going green next time around.
All right, Kane, I'm gonna let you help get us green here, buddy, as I'm gonna have to fix something real quick here.
Malik sets us off the green flag, and he is off. He's pulled away quite a bit from the other 2 guys there, Paul Kashiba and Benjamin Burmeister. They all get single file. Those 2 there get single file with Greg McKinney back just a little ways in a fight there with Logan Sheets for that 4th place spot. Logan Sheets takes it on the high side with Dylan Secchi also looking for position. 14 car Billy Price is looking to sneak up there as well. Looks like the 13 car of Logan Sheets is really having a struggle at Bristol today, being stuck down on that low line. Seems to be costing some time.
Yeah, that seems like exactly what's going on, Kane. I was noticing that myself. Looks like some guys are having some troubles getting adjusted here, but hopefully they'll be able to get things worked out here real soon. Long way to go. Right now, leader Malik Ray out to a decent little start here. He's got nobody around him at the moment in his direct place to worry about. He is back in the JDR Chevrolet this week. Looks real good back out on the track, and good for him. Out to an early lead. Back in 2nd place is Paul Kashiba in the number 5 machine. And Paul, he's sitting about a little over half a second back in 2nd. Very comfortable right now. That's how you want to be here. If you can get out of the traffic, Kane, and get out here and lead some laps, this is definitely the place you want to be here at Bristol. So that Pro Designs number 5 of Paul Kashiba in good position at the moment.
Pro Geeks Consulting, number 18 of Danny Hansen seems to be finding some pretty good pace. He only gets a little wide there and gets into the 19 car, but the 18 car not having much trouble running down low.
Yeah, right now Matt Spangler in the number 20 car is trying to hold off Jordy Lopez Jr. Now remember, Jordy Lopez Jr., who is in the Elwood Designs Ford Fusion, had a fantastic running last week, who started slowly all the way in the back, or near the back of the field, and worked his way all the way up through the field slowly through the day. Right now, all the way on the tail bumper, he's going to go down on the inside, but Spangler's going to go with him, and that's going to actually lose some time for Jordy. Here he has another shot down on the inside. He's trying to make that inside work. He just can't get a jump on the 20 car at the moment. Up here we are, side-by-side action in the turn. And fantastic job by the number 20 car of Matt Spangler, doing a fantastic job holding off. That is a tough job to do. So really good job for Matt Spangler.
Back in the number 7 car, Dylan Rafferty's making his way back through the field, making the low line work for him. He's also gaining some positions.
Man, this is some good side-by-side racing going on right now. Up about, I'm thinking that's Billy Price up there in the number 14 machine. It is, and a fantastic job. He was battling with Logan Sheets, and then ahead of him, Greg McKinney. And him and Greg McKinney were side-by-side racing for quite some time. Greg was able to hold off, and these two cars really putting on a show for us at the moment. Here comes the 14 Outlaw Chevrolet of Billy Price trying to make away it looks like he got his teammate Greg McKinney at both Outlaw Chevys running together. They're running 5th and 6th right now, so their team owner's got to be happy at the moment. Oh, up into the wall. Greg McKinney hits the wall. He's okay, but he did make contact. He's going to have some damage done to the right side of the 23 machine.
Yeah, the driver's finding out tonight that the high line seems to be where most of the speed is tonight.
Yeah, Kane, it really is. And that can change a lot throughout this race, as most of these drivers know. But right now, you're absolutely right. The high line seems to be the place to be. And it will be really fun to see if that changes during this race. That's always a real fun thing to see, because some of the drivers still not sold on that high line. Have some guys trying down low. Right now, Matt Spangler goes down low. He's going to have to get on the apron, Kane. The number 20 car will lose a lot of spots. He will come in behind the Pro Geek car, and tough break for the number 20 Matt Spangler, who was up in the 9th position. He will fall a long ways back down the line. Yeah, he's back all the way to 16th position. He's right behind the 15 machine of Danny Hansen, and so a very tough break there for Matt Spangler.
Danny Hansen now working to catch the 11 car of Patrick Crabtree, and looking to go to the outside of Crabtree there and take that 14th position.
Right now, the 18 and the 11 side by side. The 18 trying to use the high side is going to get stopped up behind the 12 of Josh Fox in the low Chevy, and that's going to move the 11 car all the way back. He had a great run. That's Patrick Crabtree in the Raptor Ford Fusion. He had a great run up there with these two now side by side. Josh Fox is going to go 3 wide, it looks like, with the number 26 car, and the Oreo 26 car is falling back big time. Boys, side by side again, we have the 22 machine of Benjamin Burmeister, who's falling back in a hurricane. 3 wide right now. Yeah, there's something wrong with the 22 machine as he is off pace, Kane. He's trying to get back in traffic. He's going to head down pit road. There is something big time wrong with the number 22 machine.
Yeah, bad luck for Benjamin Burmeister as he finds his way to pit road after only 32 laps here at Bristol Speedway.
Right now, Malik Ray and second place driver Paul Kashiba lapping cars as the lapping has begun. just a few minutes ago. Here goes Malik Ray. He is in some tight traffic, allowing Paul Kashiba and company to really catch up right now. And right now, Malik Ray, the leader, really working this bottom line. We haven't seen it work yet, but he has the car, man. He has really got a serious setup for this race today. That car is very strong. Here comes the second place car on the low side. I thought Paul Kashiba might have a run on him, but that 10 car, Malik Ray, in the JDR Graphics Chevy is really fast. I'll tell you what, these two front cars are really going to be fun to watch. We're already on lap 36 of 250. These laps go by in a hurricane, and this race can get out from under these guys very fast.
Yeah, with only 15 seconds a lap here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the laps really do tick by pretty quickly if you can go caution free. It's real easy to have an accident with so many cars in such a small space. But what we see is a lot of times the accidents are relatively small because of the slower speeds at the half mile compared to some of the bigger tracks. But so some of them don't cause cautions. They just kind of get the cars knocked around a little bit and can do some damage, but they can keep going and continue their race.
That's where the old saying that rubbing is racing, Kane, is born right here at Bristol, and that's what we're seeing already today. Good racing right now. I'll tell you, the fun place to watch at the moment is with the number 23 of Greg McKinney. Now, right here at this part in the track, you see a great four-car battle with Billy Price, Justin Bolton, and Tyler Lawlin. And these guys really putting on a show. I love this. Oh, man, three wide back there. Scary moment for a second. But back to this this three-way battle now as Justin Bolton has really started to break away from Tyler Lawlin. But I'll tell you what, Greg McKinney has been very smooth. He is also a teammate of Billy Price. Both Outlaw machines have really been working together to this point. They have not allowed anybody to pass. They have stayed in 5th and 6th. They're not pushing really hard. They seem to be just finding a good rhythm. Remember something that's very important here, Kane, is tire fall off. Now, as this race goes on, we're going to see tire fall off be really huge. So a lot of guys pushing hard now may suffer a little later in the fuel run. Now, take your attention to the number 3 machine up in 4th place in the Elwood Designs Ford Fusion. Jordy Lopez Jr. started all the way back in the 13th position, Kane. He has worked his way up to 4th. He's been very strong all season long, and here he is again putting on a fantastic show to this point. He's trying to catch up to Dylan Secchi up in the 3rd spot.
Speaking of the gains, the biggest gain so far this race takes us back to the 11th place with Danny Hansen in the number 18 Pro Geeks car. He has gained 20 positions this race and has found himself in the 11th position.
What a fantastic job. He's working with a really good driver right now, the 11 Raptor Ford Fusion of Patrick Crabtree. Those two really working hard. Also ahead of him is John Schweikert, John Schweikert up there in the number 30 machine. And I'll tell you what, John Schweikert, someone we haven't seen in the top split on our show yet this season, or I'm sorry if he has been, I just haven't remembered, but he's in the number 30 Marines machine. And that's a great looking car, Kane. I really like that. That is a sweet looking paint on that machine. He's doing a phenomenal job up in the 9th spot at the moment. So definitely he knows what he's doing. Right now down on the inside, it looks like he's going to have Patrick Crabtree down on the inside trying to make a move. He's going to make a successful pass for the moment. Will he be able to hold it? And it looks like he will. Here comes the 18 as he's down on the bottom line as well. The Pro Greek Ford Fusion will make a pass as well. And Danny Hansen has gained another spot. Welcome to the top. We have trouble. Big caution. To go back, I think it started with the number 27 machine. It looks like Justin Fuller was involved. Let's get a race recall replay and find out exactly what happened, Kane. It looks like I'm trying to find the point of origin in this fiasco here. Boy, this was a bad one. I know connection issues caused that, because as I'm trying to find out what happened, the 27 car was blinking in and out, so I cannot see how
It actually started with the number 24 car.
Okay, thank you, because I couldn't find. That's Nathan Saxon.
Let's go back with the race recall replay again and take a look at the number 24 car and see what happens. He seems to be up to speed. Something's going on ahead of the 24 car, because as he slows down, everybody behind just really, he checks up, but nobody else does. So that's where the incident that I happened to see started with the 24 checking up, but something happened even before that.
Yeah, something. It's hard to tell, but definitely our second caution of the race comes there in the 45th lap. Or excuse me, I think it was 47th when it officially came out. Well, let's go ahead and do a rundown while we're on the caution. Kane, we have a new leader at the moment. It is Danny Hansen. We must have had some pits going on here. Tell me what's going on with the pit situation. Let's see if we can pull up our pit stop graphic that we have. That thing helps out a lot.
Yeah, it seems like most people have pitted. As far as I can tell, everyone has pitted. So everyone took the opportunity to get in, get some fresh tires, and get refreshed for the restart here on lap 54 or so.
Yeah, right now Malik Ray back out in the lead, as I believe things just got shuffled with some guys making some pits. So
I do want
I'm
to say,
telling
JD, that I found out what started the original incident there was with the 13 car of Jordan Sheets. Jordan kind of had a little incident there. He kind of came off the wall, came off another car too. He ended up getting the car sideways and spun it around, hit the inside wall, and that's what the 24 car was checking up for, which ultimately caused the bigger wreck a little further in the back. We are lined up 2 by 2 by 2, and the lights are off on the pace car as we're getting ready to go green here again at lap 54 here at Bristol.
that's green.
Malik Ray will start us off as the pace car heads in. The 3 car of Jordy Lopez Jr. spins him at the start and really causes a backup there on the lower line. Yeah, everybody's got going now. Jordy Lopez has got the traction he needs, but he finds himself back in 5th place. Tyler Lawton in the 31 car, just ahead of Jordy Lopez Jr. Really working hard to stay ahead of the number 3 car, because Jordy is putting the pressure on and looking to go low now, but just don't have enough to get it done.
Hey, buddy, I was looking at getting some things worked out for this. Trying to help find a way to get us better view for the for the pits. I was having trouble seeing because we have 2 pit roads here. It's the only place in racing that we have, or besides, I guess technically, Martinsville has 2 sides to pit road, but only 1 entrance. Bristol has 2 entrances to pit road, and so that is going to cause some differences on me seeing pit road. When I was looking down one pit road, I wasn't looking at the other, so that's what was causing me some issues looking at different pits. Now back to the lead. Look at Malik Ray. He has his hands full with Paul Kashiba at the moment. Malik Ray has been phenomenal at this start, and here he is again here on lap number 62 leading.
That's right. Yep, he has definitely taken charge of this race with Paul Kashiba's not letting him get away, though. Paul is really stuck with Malik for the most part and has been able to follow him through the traffic and everything. And they've really started to pull away from the other drivers here a little bit. About 4 or 5 car lengths between those two and Dylan Secchi in the 3rd position.
Yeah, I was just fixing to bring up Dylan Secchi. He really is trying to put forth an effort to move forward with these front 2 men. And that DylanSecchi.com Chevrolet is on its way up. Now another driver making his way up. He's got his hands full right now. It's the number 3 car. Jordy Lopez Jr. has got a move on Tyler Lawlin at the moment. And the 31 machine of Tyler Lawlin is on his way to a 4th spot, or 5th spot, as Jordy Lopez Jr. moves up into the 4th slot. Great pass by the number 3 Elwood Designs Ford Fusion. Another driver on his way towards the front is Justin Bolton in the number 2 Best Western Chevrolet. Another move put on by John Schweikart. Tyler Lawlin will lose another spot. Oh no, a good run by Tyler Lawlin to save the position. He had the Marine Chevy on him. Now here comes Justin Bolton in the Best Western Chevrolet. He's going to try to go around the number 30 as well.
It looks like the number 30, John Schweikart, is still working on the 31 car. He's caught back up to him again now, and it's looking like he's going to try that inside move again.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job right now. He keeps following on the high line to gain speed, and then he'll try to tuck down on the low side to make the pass, but when he goes down to the low side, he loses a lot of speed. Each time he's doing that, he's really burning a lot of tires, so he's really trying to be aggressive here early in this run. There you see a perfect example as he loses that speed. Now Justin Bolton has to tap the brakes because he had a great run on the high side. The 30 car of John Schweikart's going to have to be careful. He's going to lose a couple positions here. Now he's stuck down on that bottom line, Kane.
Yep, he wasn't able to get the run out of the corner that he had been getting because he lost that high line, and it definitely showed as he lost a lot of momentum being stuck down on that lower line.
Now he decides better of it and goes back up. Now here's a driver we saw some good things out of last week. We saw him go up and down in the Speedco Chevy, the number 9 of Josh Berry. He is doing a good job now up into the 7th slot, trying to catch up with Justin Bolton. We might see these two try to work a little bit together to move up towards the front. Checking back in on leader Malik Ray, Kane, he is all the way up over a 0.6 second lead over Paul Kashiba in the number 5 machine. This is a great race for Malik Ray. It's definitely the best run we've seen from him all season long to this point. This could definitely be a day for him. If he can keep this up, he has his first pole of the season, and he is definitely making a move. Right now you see him putting the number 8 machine a lap down. That is Jarl Taheen in that number 8 car. Now we've seen Jarl Taheen have a humongous season so far. Definitely in a rough spot here as he's actually went that's actually 12 laps down, not for Jarl Taheen. So that's a rough day for him. Now, right now, one thing we haven't really mentioned, Kane, is if we have a lot of cautions, one thing that will be important today is the Lucky Dog. Now, with the Get Dirty MX Lucky Dog, we have to mention if the caution comes out at the moment, Greg McKinney in the number 23 Outlaw Chevrolet would be the beneficiary of that Lucky Dog. I don't know exactly what happened to Greg. He was running up in the top 10, and he was doing a fantastic job with teammate Billy Price. Now, Billy Price is 12 laps down. I guess that wrecked, but really hurt. But Greg McKinney, I didn't know that he was involved. He's a lap down right now as well.
Yeah, I believe Greg was the one that was checking up for the accident in front with the 13 car, and he kind of got ate up by everybody else coming up behind him, and kind of got right in the middle of a bunch of cars trying to go around him, and he didn't take a lot of damage, but he took enough.
Here comes big move right here, Kate. Sorry to interrupt, but I got the leader going around. He's stuck in between Steve Azzini and Greg McKinney, the guy we're talking about here. But this is the battle for the Lucky Dog position, and right now Steve Azzini able to follow leader around, and he is the new potential Lucky Dog. Steve Azzini would be the Lucky Dog beneficiary if the caution were to come out. Sorry, Kane, I just didn't want to miss that one.
No, that was, perfect timing for what we were talking about. Yeah, that was a great battle for the Lucky Dog position, and following the leader through there definitely puts Steve Izzini in the position to be the lucky dog should we end up in a caution.
Now, a guy that I thought was going to be losing some positions has maintained very nicely in the 5th position. The number 31 machine, Tyler Lawlin, is doing a really wonderful job. He's got the Best Western Chevy of Justin Bolton held down for the moment. He's held down that 5th spot very nicely so far, Kane. Looked like he was going to lose a lot of positions when he got stuck down on the bottom side. He did for the moment, but was able to catch back up. The network, the network Chevy right there is doing just fine. The No Bull network, doing really good up there in the 5th position. Right now, Josh Berry is trying to get up into the top 5 position. He's got to pass Justin Bolton and Tyler Lawlin to do so. And he has a little bit of damage to the front of the Speedco Chevy. Not a lot, just a little bit on the hood. Not too much here. That's actually nothing when you consider where we're at.
Oh no, the 31 car of Tyler Lawton just got a little wide there and scraped the wall just a hair, allowing both Justin Bolton and the number 9 car of Josh Berry by.
Yeah, that was a crucial move right there. That is going to cost the number 31 machine several positions, now being passed by Josh Fox and Peter Bennett. And here comes Casey Tucker in the number 17 Fast and All Fusion. And he is coming up on the high side. He is going to try to make the move and will pass also. He will be followed by Kwame Ajay in the number 28 machine. How about Kwame Ajay? Started in the 32nd position, Kane. He's up to 10th.
That's a fantastic drive, and a great drive for Casey Tucker as well, finding his way up into the top 10. So great job to both those guys. Kwame coming all the way up to the 10th position. That's just an awesome job.
Yeah, Casey Tucker, winner of the Daytona Shootout just a month ago. And I tell you what, man, he is on his way towards the front. That's good to see him do that. He definitely had a great start to the season, winning the Daytona Shootout. It's tough. You don't get any season points, but you get the pride. Now he wants the points.
Taking a look at our gains and losses, there's several drivers who have really had a great race this race, starting back in the back. Josh Berry's gained 21 positions. Peter Bennett has gained 19 positions. Josh Fox has gained 16. Casey Tucker, 21. Kwame Ajay, 22 positions. So lots of big gainers tonight.
That's huge news here. And just a couple of the bad stories, unfortunately, out of the race today is the number 7 machine in the first caution. That was Dylan Rafferty. Then Justin Fuller out of the race today. Benjamin Burmeister out of the race. Adam Gilliland is still in the race. The number 16 machine is 31 laps down, but he is back out on the track. I love to see the gmercer.com out there back on the track. That's killer news. Good job by Adam Gilliland to stay out there. Now Billy Price, at the moment, the Outlaw machine is out of the race. Jarl Taheen 18 laps down, and he currently is off the track. Logan Sheets 17 laps down. He is on the track, and the Sheets Ford Fusion is doing pretty well for considering. He's 17 laps down, but he's running fine race pace at the moment. And not saying that he's going to be able to get 17 laps back, but with a lot of rough racing ahead, he could gain a lot of points out of this, considering not finishing the race. So good job there by Logan Sheets to continue this battle. Also, Chris Hall in the number 15 machine, the Fast Track Sim Chevy, is unfortunately 7 laps down, but he's still out there, and he's running a little off race pace at the moment, as you see him getting passed by Malik Ray at the moment. But he's staying out there and hanging tight, moved just to 8 laps down. You know, he's trying to battle for position as well. Then we have the current lucky dog, or could be potential lucky dog. He's in pit road at the moment. For the moment, it's Ryan Manning. Now, if he stays in pit road too much longer, he will lose that lucky dog position to Steven Azzini. Now, Kane, Steven Azzini in the Scrabble Chevy in the number 4 tonight just got passed by Jordy Lopez Jr., but we saw him have a fantastic run at Las Vegas just a week ago. And although he's back in the 20th spot, he's only 2 laps down. If he can just stay in this race and find his way back on the lead lap with the lucky dog help, maybe, look for that 4 car and that Scrabble machine just to try to creep up into that top 10 late in the race.
Yeah, right now Matt Spangler's made his way around Steve Izzini, and I don't know if Steve realizes that that was for the lucky dog position or not, but Matt Spangler has now retaken the position as being the lucky dog.
We saw Matt Spangler running real strong really early in this race, and here he is. The car looks strong again. He's back out. He's on the 18th position now. Instead of being 2 laps down, also Matt Spangler at the moment is only 1 lap down. So if caution were to fly here, he would be put back on the lead lap. And with the pace that his car had early in the race and the way it looks right now, it looked for him to be a big contender late in the race. He started 8th, so he has a fast car. Here you see him right now about to make a move on the number 19 machine. He passes no problem. For the moment, he's making that bottom line work, Kane.
There's been a few drivers tonight who have been able to get it slowed down enough to make the bottom line work and get it off the line just enough to keep enough momentum through to make that bottom line work.
Boy, I tell you what, nobody just was happy to see lap traffic. Malik Ray used it to his advantage up there in the lead. Paul Kashiba in the 2nd position in that 5 car. It really has been a 2-man race. At the front, it's been Malik Ray and Paul Kashiba, but it's been all Malik Ray to this point. But here in the last lap or 2, I've been keeping an eye on Paul Kashiba, and he really has been putting on some hot pressure as Malik Ray really having to fight through and pick his way through this traffic, and he's doing a really good job. Now here you see him, they're fixing to come up on some mighty big lap traffic here. Might be a good time to go on board with Paul Kashiba.
On board with Paul Kashiba as he's following Malik Ray through the lap traffic.
And you just take a look right here. You see how high this banking is. Now it's hard to see in the car versus if you could, stand at the bottom on the apron and look up. But that is some really high banking. It's like I said, it's only 3 degrees lower than Talladega. That is a big banking. That's almost a 4-story banking if you're standing down on the apron.
It does help that we have the iRacing.com gyro cam.
Yes, that is a wonderful camera, and it really shows you the banking. And the G-force that these guys are feeling as well is huge. That's what that banking really helps. And look at this right now. Paul Kashiba with Nathan Saxon in the AMD 24 machine up high right there. He's trying to look down low here. He's getting around Steve Izzini. He's going to try to squeeze through here and try to find his way around Malik Ray. Malik Ray trapped at the moment, but the problem is they're both trapped. So it's just, you see how hard it is to really get past a fast car like this JDRgraphics.com Chevy SS is today.
You mentioned the G-forces here in Bristol, and that is true. The G-forces are just so intense with that high banking here at Bristol. It's been called, or been likened to flying a jet plane in a gymnasium by sprint truck drivers.
Yeah, I like that. I can see that. I mean, it's you're literally got these machines that have over 800 horsepower under the hood, and you're going around a half-mile high-banked, tight track. I mean, this thing is asphalt surface. It's crazy. You slide around. There's nowhere to go. You bump. You bang. It's crazy. You can't even imagine it. And the whole thing is completely surrounded by people. There's grandstands. There's no gap. There's no, used to there was 2 grandstands on both sides, on both straightaways. Then they added a couple on the turns, but they weren't completely enclosed. And now they're completely enclosed. There's nothing. It's a bowl. That's why they call it the last great Colosseum. It looks like an old Greek Colosseum over, where the gladiators were in it. It's crazy in there. And he's got these big old beast of cars going around there, and they're bumping and banging and fighting for position. It's just crazy. It's unbelievable. Tempers flare. Friends become enemies, and it's just one of the craziest races we see all year long. And we're already at 118 laps in just like that. 250 is what we will be racing today, and so far, fantastic racing to this point. And here comes Paul Kashiba. He's trying to use that bottom line to get the pass on leader Malik Ray. Will he be able to make the pass? it has just been unbelievable. These two cars have been almost even. The only thing is Malik Ray has been able to get out to a fantastic start on both of the restarts here lately. And here comes Paul Kashiba, who's popped up to the high side. Now he's going to have to hope that the Wahoo Motorsports #1 machine of Jason Jacoby, who's we haven't talked anything about today, can move. And he made the pass. How about that for the #5 of Paul Kashiba? We have a new leader here today, and he's moved out to a nice size lead. Unfortunately, that does put Jason Jacoby a lap down for the moment, but he definitely is the lead or the lucky dog nominee if the caution were to come out. Now, if you're a lap down, Kane, it's not bad. We only have 11 cars on the lead lap right now. Patrick Crabtree is the next car that could possibly be put a lap down, and boom, guess what? That already has happened. Or it could happen here in just a minute. But I mean, you know, you got 32 cars on, or had 32 cars at the start. Now only 11 on the lead lap. That's what happens when you're on a half mile and you're going this fast. These leaders are so fast; they are literally picking through this traffic, and it is just amazing to me to watch them just put these cars laps down like this. So even if you're a lap down, you can still fight up there for that lucky dog spot and get on the lead lap. And if you do, you're going to be in 11th place. That's amazing.
On board now with Patrick Crabtree, looking back at leader Paul Kashiba as Paul is coming up to put Patrick Crabtree a lap down. Although Patrick's having a great race, he really is doing a great job up there in 11th place. It's just the nature of Bristol that you can go a lap down pretty easily. Now we see our leader Paul Kashiba as he is coming down to the low line, trying to get his way around the 11 car of Patrick Crabtree. He does get by just fine.
Man, this is some killer racing, I'm telling you right now. Tell you what, look at the #12 machine of Josh Fox trying to move his way out of put a lap down. He is fighting to stay on that lead lap. Gets around the #21. Oh, big trouble. Could have been big trouble, excuse me. I saw the 12 machine get a little slowed up there, and it got into the 21 for a moment, but everybody is fine for the moment. Now here's
working awful hard there to try to stay out of being in contention to go a lap down, but he just went in a little too hot and found his way up at the top. Could have been a big disaster there, but he does find his way a lap down as Paul Kashiba makes his way around.
Boy, that was a fantastic job, though, by Josh Fox in that low Chevy. He really fought hard to stay on the lead lap, and I guarantee you he's going to fight just as hard to stay the potential lucky dog. Now, he's got to hope because our leader, Paul Kashiba, is working his way around the track, and next up is going to be Danny Hansen in the 8th position, the Pro Geek Ford Fusion machine we saw earlier. Now, Kane, remember, he was one of the biggest movers of the day, and now here he is fighting to go a lap down, but he's all the way up in 8th place.
Yeah, Paul Kashiba is flying now. It took 130 laps for Paul to make his way around Malik Ray, but now that he's around, we have seen Paul just take off like a jet fighter, and he's put Malik Ray now 2 seconds back.
It's huge. You had a fast car like Malik Ray, but Paul Kashiba was consistent. That's what I was talking about earlier, Kane. When these cars get later on in this fuel run, the tire wear off will be huge. Look at the battle between Paul Kashiba and the 18 machine of Danny Hansen side-by-side racing for multiple laps. And finally, Paul Kashiba is able to sit out there in front and get in front of the 18 to put him a lap down. The 18 car would be the lucky dog if it were to come out, the caution were to come out. Now, I'm telling you, Kate, it's unbelievable. I mean, seriously, we've got 7 cars left on the lead lap. Next on the list is Jordy Lopez Jr. and the #3 machine of Jordy Lopez Jr. in the Elwood Designs Ford Fusion. fighting his heart out right now to stay in front of Paul Kashiba. And this is a fast car. I mean, this Ford Fusion is fast. But look at the Paul Kashiba. He saved those tires, Kane. He was just running consistent laps and really benefiting riding behind Malik Gray for all those laps. Now, everybody's got worn out tires but that 5 machine, and he is picking these guys apart.
And every lap that goes by, he's putting Malik Gray further and further back. So I definitely think that you're right. I think Paul was back there just saving his tires and just riding along, following Malik Gray. And finally, once he got around him, he looked down at the lap counter and said, okay, I can go now. And now he's just putting these guys down. Lap after lap, he's putting more and more drivers down a lap.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable what we're seeing right now, man. I mean, just look at this. You got your leader, Paul Kashiba, who's literally been on a tear. He just put another car down. He put Josh Berry down, and here goes Casey Tucker. How about that 17 Fastenal Fusion? He has moved all the way up into the 5th spot. Fantastic job by Casey Tucker, and I'm proud of him, man. That's fantastic. Casey Tucker started Kane all the way in the 30th position. He's fighting his tail off to stay on the lead lap. Here he is side by side with leader Paul Kashiba, and he will go a lap down. And we got a car down on the apron. A scary moment if you're the leader when you got 3 wide right there. And now Paul Kashiba, ooh, the 29 scrapes the wall through there. He is okay, no problem. But now you have Paul Kashiba, who has put everybody but Peter Bennett, Justin Bolton, Malik Gray a lap down. Right now, the lucky dog would go to Casey Tucker. Boy, these guys are praying for cautions, and they can't get them at the most caution racetrack we have, Bristol. This is a long green flag run for Bristol Motor Speedway.
It just goes to show you the talent of these drivers. Even in Bristol, these guys are really driving cautiously and being careful and showing each other the respect that they deserve. And it's really proven to be a great race.
Man, it's amazing to me what Paul Kashiba is doing. He has, I'm going to be amazed. I can't even tell you if I've ever seen a leader put the field a lap down. I just don't know if I've ever seen that. Normally we have some timely cautions to help out in situations like this at Bristol, but nothing. We've had such a great green flag run, and Paul Kashiba this is a blistering pace. I mean, look at this guy. His last lap, 15.7 here, and these tires got to be starting to wear down. We're on lap 150, so we're at 100 to go, and he's literally put all but 4 cars down, including himself. That's insane. So all but 3 cars.
He's getting ready to put the 4th place of Peter Bennett down a lap right now.
And Peter Bennett, bless his heart, we haven't had a chance to talk about him at all. But the number 6 machine in the Chevy right there, trying to hold off Paul Kashiba. He's doing a great job for the moment, Kane. And if he can get on the high side and utilize some lap traffic up here, he might be okay. But I just think Paul Kashiba's too fast. He is. He's going to get him on that low side. But great move by Paul Kashiba. Not Paul Kashiba, excuse me, Peter Bennett. Used the high side to his advantage, and he's alive for the moment. And I think he's going to get put down right here, Kane. No, the lap traffic will slow the leader down, and that saves Peter Bennett for a moment anyways.
Yeah, Paul Kashiba's working traffic, trying to find some way to get around Peter Bennett there, as it's going to be inevitable that he probably will end up going to
He's using lap traffic as advantage right now, Kane, but eventually the number 6's tires will not be able to allow him to use that bottom line. And there you see Paul Kashiba gets a little bit tired of waiting and goes. Look at that. Unbelievable pass right there by Paul Kashiba, splits traffic.
Paul is showing not only that he's definitely the fastest car on the track by far, but that he's a very skilled driver too. I mean, some of these moves that he's making are outstanding.
Let's make something straight. We have 32 cars on the track right now. These are 32 of sim racing's best oval drivers. They're some of the best in the world on this track right now. And you have a guy in Paul Kashiba who is about to put every single one of these guys a lap down. That's insane, folks. Next on the list is Justin Bolton. Now, he has quite a way to catch up till Justin Bolton. And Malik Ray he's got a long way before he catches Malik. But what he has done at this point is amazing. He has put all but 2 cars there. That's it.
Yeah, just the podium finishers there is all that's been able to stay on the lead lap with him. And I don't know that he'll be able to get around to put those guys a lap down. Malik Ray is only 4 seconds behind him, and Justin Bolton is staying right about the 10-second mark behind him. So, but there is 100 laps left. Well, 90 laps left. So, but there is a caution out now.
And we have a caution. And this is humongous for a lot of drivers. Your lucky dog will be Peter Bennett. So how about that? Number 6 of Peter Bennett will get his lead lap back. Josh Berry says, no, I was so close to making my way around Peter. But yes, the Get Dirty MX lucky dog, one of the most important ones we've had all season, will go to Peter Bennett. He will find himself back on the lead lap. Now, if you are in the 5th position, you're going to be fighting for the lucky dog at this next. As soon as we go green, there's still plenty of time to get back on that lead lap and fight for a victory here. But wow, man, that is an unbelievable race. And I'm going to do a quick rundown here of how they ran after this green flag here real quick. Paul Kashiba in first, Malik Ray second, Justin Bolton third, Peter Bennett fourth, fifth Josh Berry, Danny Hansen sixth, Casey Tucker seventh, 8th, Jordy Lopez Jr., Patrick Crabtree 9th. Rounding out the top 10 drivers is Josh Fox. Dylan Secchi is in 11th position with Jordan Worth in 12th. Jason Jacoby back in the 13th spot with Nathan Saxon in 14th. Alan Bowes 15th. Matt Spangler in 16th. John Schweikert is in the 17th spot with Ryan Manning in 18th. 19th, Greg McKinney. Tyler Hill in 20th. Timu Livinen in the 21st position with Chris Hall in 22nd. Kwame Ajayi is in the 23rd spot with Logan Sheets in 24th. 25th is Adam Gilliland with Steven Azzini in 26th. Tyler Lawlin is in the 27th position with Jarl Taheen back in 28th. Now the days are over for Jarl Taheen, Billy Price in 29th, Benjamin Burmeister in 30th, Justin Fuller in 31st, and Dylan Rafferty rounds out our 32-car field. Kane, this has been a spectacular race as the guys go in for fresh fuel and tires. Unbelievable green flag run we just witnessed here at Bristol. Do you think we can run like this the rest of the race, or do you think it'll start heating up here as guys really start getting aggressive?
No, I think as we get toward the end, this is kind of a unique race with the podium guys making their way around so many drivers. But I think we'll see another pretty decent green flag run.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun to see. I'm telling you right now, I just think that we're going to see some craziness here in a minute. I think that we got lucky. Somehow we have 8 cars on the lead lap now instead of just 4. So I'm trying to figure out. They must have stayed out for the wave around, and I believe.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably what happened. Is probably got some that just stayed for the wave around.
And but that yes, that'll help you get back on the lead lap. But Kane, I'd rather fight for the lucky dog. If I'm sitting one lap down, I'm going to fight for that lucky dog because we already seen what fresh tires can do. They'll be put down within 2 laps.
They'll be put down pretty quickly, I think, but.
No, they'll be fine. Actually, if they're just hoping, they're planning for a caution. The pit car is in, and it's time to get mean. Let's go green, boys. The green flag is back out, and here comes Paul Kashiba, leads us to a green flag run, and he is followed closely by Malik Ray with Justin Bolton back in 3rd. 4th place is followed closely by Peter Bennett. who has fallen way back. Peter had a rough start on this restart, and that's big for him. Paul Kashiba is still out in front. I want to see how this 5-car runs on these fresh tires, Kane. I want to see if he goes back to safe mode now that he's in the lead. If he does, we've seen Malik Ray has been extremely fast at the beginning of runs, and I want to see if Malik tackles him early, or did we see a little role reversal
It paid
here?
off for the guys that that went in and took the wave around, as we've got a car in the wall. The number
Big
9
news.
car of Josh Berry.
And that's tough break for the Speedco Chevrolet. Josh Berry, a lot of damage there to the number 9 Speedco Chevrolet. That is Josh Berry, as Kane just mentioned. That will bring out another caution here. And so that is humongous. And how about this? Jordan Worth will be the Get Dirty MX lucky dog and will gain a lead lap. So now we will be looking at 9 cars back on the lead lap, Kane, possibly more if we get another wave around. I just don't think we will. I think our leader will stay out. Oh, actually, the 25 is the car that's being waved around at the moment. Oh, that is Jordan Worth. Pardon me. I apologize. And I love. Let's take a moment. I want you to look at Jordan Worth's car. It's one of my favorite paint schemes in all of sim racing. I just think it is really cool what he has done with that car. In the Wing Quest, he looking at it's kind of the in the Sup Bra. He's sponsored by Wing Quest and Sup Bra. And but that, if you notice the paint scheme, if it looks familiar, it is the take on the CarQuest logo, and he turned it into Wing Quest, and I love it. It's a fantastic paint job there, and that is awesome for Jordan Worth, who is now in his pit box. Jordan Worth trying to take some right sides. He's going to get some lefts too, and so he'll have 4 fresh tires topped off on fuel. Will be fun to see what he can do with his Get Dirty MX lucky dog now that he's back on the lead lap, Kane. All right, I got to go with the dark horse for a minute and call somebody that's going to come up out of nowhere. I'm going to call Jordy Lopez Jr. in the Elwood Design Series, or Elwood Design Ford Fusion here. He's back in the 5th spot on the restart. He'll be starting down on the inside line, but I just think if you got to call somebody that hasn't been running in the top 3 to this point, I just say might be somebody that can come up here and really contend. It's tough because of the top guys we've seen running so far, but I'll pick him. Kane, who are you taking at this point at lap 172 if you can't take anybody in the top 3?
Well, I think you took my pick. Jordy Lopez Jr. has really been having a fantastic season. He's really done a great job this season.
I'll let you take Jordy then.
Well, I was going to pick someone else. I was just giving Jordy his props. But Danny Hansen is definitely one to keep an eye on, because he has been smoking today. He's really been fast.
I was ready to change my pick to Danny Hansen in the Pro Geek Ford Fusion. I was just about ready. The only other car that I was also thinking of is Casey Tucker in the Fastenal Fusion. Now, the problem with that Fastenal Fusion is it has a lot of damage to the front grille and the front area of that car. Could potentially cause some slower speeds from Casey, but he's fine. He is 1 lap down at the moment, but he is could get back on that lucky dog, and we've seen Casey run through this field.
Pace car is off, and we are going green.
Kind of like with Danny Hansen. And let's see what kind of jump Paul Kashiba will get here. It looks good so far. Malik Ray not far behind. And here we are, guys, lap 174 of 250. This race will get out from under us in a hurry. We have 9 cars on the lead lap. Dylan Secchi is the last car on the lead lap in the number 21, and he is on the move. And back in the field, we have a couple 3 wide at the moment, and some tight, scary racing. I'm telling you, it's going to get crazy in a hurry. Jason Jacoby in the number 1 Wahoo Chevrolet has a great move. Right now, he's got a Nathan Saxon in the AMD Chevrolet trying to make a move down on the low side. Will not work. The high side early in these runs is the place to be. Back up towards the lead, Paul Kashiba has a nice lead over Malik Gray, but Malik is trying to close in a hurry. He's got about a length and a half distance between the two here in first and second. Back in third, Justin Bolton in the Best Western Chevy has got its hands full with Peter Bennett back in the number 6 machine. Following him is Jordy Lopez Jr., and this is the battle to watch because here comes Danny Hansen in the Pro Geek Ford Fusion. All right, well, if we're going on board with Danny Hansen, that's going to be a fantastic place to watch because let me tell you what, Danny Hansen has been fantastic. Here you see him in the Pro Geek. We're on board on the Pro Geek Ford Fusion. Here he is trying to get around the Elwood Designs Ford Fusion of Jordy Lopez. That is who you see right there in the 3 car here at Bristol. And look at this. He's utilizing that high side beautifully at the moment. He's trying to get any kind of advantage he can. I think right now, Kane, I think he's doing exactly what we're seeing him do. Just utilizing as much help as he can from the car in front of him, saving these tires. We saw how important it is to save these tires late in a fuel run. And if we go green for the remainder of this race, now side by side down on the inside of Jordy Lopez, but you just see how much the advantage on the exit is where the high side is so great. You may be able to make a quick jump down on the low side going into the turn, but on exit, that high side wins every time. And that's what we saw right there. Beautiful onboard footage there, King. Tell you what, before we run out of race, man, we ought to just let them run for just a minute here.
Danny Hansen gets his way around Jordy Lopez Jr. has kind of had a little moment there. Danny Hansen making his way through the field.
Yeah, buddy, that was a fantastic run there by Danny Hansen in company. This race for third is awesome, man. We got Justin Bolton trying to hold off Peter Bennett, followed by Danny Hansen and Jordy Lopez Jr. This is an amazing 4-car, 5-car battle because back there in the 11th is Patrick Crabtree. He's hanging on to the back in the Raptor Ford Fusion as well. We have 1, 2, 3 Ford Fusions in a row trying to catch 2 Chevys here. This is a really fun battle for this third spot. I'm really enjoying this at the moment. Down on the inside, or on the high side, here comes Peter Bennett to make the pass. It's not going to be 1 car, but 2, because here comes Danny Hansen as well. The Pro Geek Ford Fusion and both the number 6 car of Peter Bennett make the pass. Peter Bennett now in the 3rd position, 4th place currently. And here comes Jordy Lopez trying to get around Justin Bolton as well. Justin Bolton made 1 mistake by getting down low, lost a lot of speed there. And these drivers took advantage of it in a hurry that really shook up that group.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He got down low and just kind of got stuck out down there and lost all his momentum. The other guys drove right around, and Jordy Lopez looking to do the same thing. Goes to give him a little bit of bump and run and doesn't quite work out in his favor.
Where right now, if the caution were to arise, it's going to be Casey Tucker who would get the lucky dog, but he just passed Dylan Secchi. It's not for position because of him being a lap down, but tell you what, the Fastenal Ford Fusion has really got some speed on it right now. Here's a great battle. This battle for third right now is fantastic with Peter Bennett and Danny Hansen. These two are still going at it here on lap 195 of 250. Now, as we get to 200, things get really important. These guys can make it to the end. The ones that stopped and filled up on fuel, they won't be able to make it to the end, Kane. But will tires be able to? It's not a fuel game anymore. It's a tire game. And it's going to be, will fresh tires win or track position? That is the question. And it will be fun to see which one is the winner in this race. I've seen it.
In front of the track, Paul Kashiba has now extended himself to over a second ahead of second place Malik Ray.
Now, remember the role reversal thing that I talked about earlier, Kane? When I talked about earlier, we saw Paul Kashiba really save when he was in second. He saved his tires. Malik Ray got out to a big lead like this. And then we saw Paul Kashiba tear the house down late in the fuel run with fresh tires. If this thing stays green, is Malik Ray trying to save his tires right now and pull the same thing and just change the rolls around that we saw with Paul Kashiba late? Look for Malik Ray to be saving up.
I don't think so. I think it's taken all that Malik Ray has just to try to even stay within 3 seconds of Paul Kashiba, because we've seen Paul Kashiba has got this track figured out. He is just turning some unbelievable times, and he's just got it. He's got this track figured out, and I think it's taken all that Malik Ray has just to keep up.
Well, we'll definitely find out as the race continues. And I tell you what, back here to third and fourth place battle, Peter Bennett is still battling it. We got a new partner here riding with us. It's Jordy Lopez Jr. Welcome to this three-way car battle. And Jordy Lopez Jr. looks ahead to the 18 machine of Mr. Danny Hansen. And this is a great little three-car battle for the third spot.
Yeah, both Danny and Jordy have had a great race. It's good to see both of them up here fighting for a top 5 position.
It really is a fantastic race to this point, Kane. I have truly enjoyed this race here at Bristol. We've seen a lot of green runs, and I'm happy to have that. Most time people think of Bristol, they think of, oh man, this is going to be a humongous caution day. No sir, not here in the top split.
Yeah, this top split has really shown throughout this series how skilled these guys are. And not just their skill, but their sportsmanship. These guys really have shown that they can do it. They can run good, clean races. A lot of them are willing to give up a position to keep from winning. And I've seen that so many times throughout this series, that each driver has really demonstrated good sportsmanship.
Man, Jason Jacoby's running with Casey Tucker right now, battling hard for position here. And, well, I take it back. It's they're fighting for lucky dog contention. And unfortunately, Jason Jacoby is 2 laps down. He's trying to get back up there to find his way back on the lead lap. He really needs 2 cautions to come out to help put Casey Tucker and Josh Fox back on the lead lap. And then in hopes he can catch another one to put him back on the lead lap to get that Wahoo Motorsports Chevy up towards the front.
You know, with 40 laps to go, there is a chance that we could get a late caution that could breed a couple cautions and could get some of these cars back on the lead lap.
That is a big point, big trouble for Peter Bennett. He falls down 3 positions. Yeah, I saw it right as you started talking, Kane. I didn't know if it was going to happen. It happened fast. Big move. Something happened to Peter Bennett there. Lost some time, and it allowed both Jordy Lopez Jr. and Danny Hansen to slide by, and they did a fantastic job doing so. How about Paul Kashiba, though? 1.5 second lead over Malik Ray at the moment, and a big-time race up here for Paul Kashiba. This guy has been fantastic all race long. It was Malik Ray's day early in the race, but ever since about the first third of the race ended, it has been nothing but the number 5. And I tell you what, we got to give this guy a big shout out. I mean, driving the Pro Design Chevy, fantastic day so far for Paul Kashiba.
Paul really has had a great race today. He's really got some amazing speed. He's pulled away by 2 seconds now from Malik Ray, so That is just amazing.
It really is. It's just been such a fun race. Now, Justin Bolton, the car that I've been watching all day long, he's okay right now. He's in the 7th position. He's still in the lead lap, and but he was running a lot faster on the last run we had before this last round of caution. And he doesn't seem to quite have that speed he had on the last run. I wonder if he made some changes to the car on that last pit stop, and they're just not working out for him. Sometimes some guys that get a little loose or a little tight will make a little wedge or track bar adjustments or a little bitty adjustments, and they can really make a difference. Here he is now. He just found some speed in a hurry as he tries to make his way around the 20 machine. And we saw that 20 car battling hard earlier. That's Matt Spangler, unfortunately 2 laps down at the moment. But Matt Spangler really found his way. Now how about this? Casey Tucker is now not 1 lap down. I kept seeing him go around and pass, and he is now the current potential lucky dog driver. Good job by Casey Tucker and the Fast and All Fusion. That damage to the front of that car has not hindered it at all.
That's right. If the caution were to come out here pretty quickly, Casey Tucker would be the driver in contention for the GetDirtyMX.com lucky dog.
How about Jordy Lopez Jr. passing Danny Hansen, moving up into that 3rd position. And here comes Jordy Lopez Jr., ladies and gentlemen. He is on a pace now. He's got no traffic in between him and Malik Ray. Now there's quite a bit of time, but he is on a rail right now. I mean, he is literally just driving on a perfect race line, trying to make his way up there.
Yep, just under 4 seconds now between Jordy Lopez Jr. and Malik Ray, but it does seem to be going down, so we'll see if Jordy Lopez Jr. can have anything for Malik in the closing lap of this race.
It's already lap 223 of 250, guys. When this thing is 224, we're almost 25 to go. When we get there, this thing really will heat up, because these 25 laps here is like 10 to go at a normal track. This thing goes by fast.
Nathan Saxon making his way around Jason Jacoby. Back in the 13th position.
Oh, well, here comes Jason Jacoby right back. This is a good back and forth battle. Casey Tucker pushing Jason Jacoby right there. Who will get to the finish line? And it looks like on the high side it will be Jason Jacoby. And here comes Casey Tucker as well, because Paul Kashiba is right behind pushing this high line.
Yeah, that's true. We've got the leader also making his way into this little battle, trying to get his way through, as Malik Ray is taking down the time between the two, with Paul Kashiba being stuck in traffic. Paul's made his way through the traffic there, so you won't have to worry about the snow up there being stuck in the traffic. He should start to pull away again from Malik Ray. He gained a couple minutes there while he was stuck in traffic.
Paul Kashiba now making a move around Casey Tucker. This guy's so fast, man. You think it would slow him up going through this traffic on Malik Ray? No, sir, not at all. He's all the way over 2.2 second lead over Malik Ray. Unbelievable. Now, Jordy Lopez Jr. has closed in on Malik Ray, and Jordy Lopez Jr. is not that far off of Malik Ray at all. And if he can just stay on this tear he's on, Jordy Lopez Jr. could be fighting for 2nd place here shortly.
Yeah, he's definitely gained over a second now, a second and a half on Malik Ray, just in the last few laps. So with just over 20 laps to go here, just under 20 laps rather, he could still maybe gain on him.
Fantastic job. A lot of spectators watching this race here today. A lot of comments going on right now about the race, as there's just some unbelievable driving going on. Here comes Jordy Lopez Jr. Just made his way around Matt Spangler, who is unfortunately 3 laps down at the moment and in rough place. Now, if the lucky dog, we got to keep an eye on the Get Dirty Lucky Dog here late in the race here at lap 235. It would be Dylan Secchi. Now, remember, Dylan Secchi started this race in the 7th position. We saw him get all the way up to a 3rd place spot at one point. But Dylan Secchi in the number 21 machine is only 1 lap down in the potential Get Dirty MX Lucky Dog. He's being followed by Casey Tucker, who's actually 2 cars back from him, but he's trying to get back there 1 lap down like he was just a little bit ago. Jordy Lopez Jr. still closing in on Malik Ray Kane. This is going to be a fun battle to see who's going to be able to sneak 2nd place out of this one, if this stays green to the end.
Yeah, now under 2 seconds between Jordy Lopez Jr. and 2nd place Malik Ray, so definitely one to keep our eyes open is Jordy Lopez Jr. He is hauling butt.
Kane, that's so funny you say that. He is on a roll right now, buddy. He is just moving it. But here we go. I'm going to do one rundown here on lap 240. There's 10 to go. Paul Kashiba leads, Malik Ray in 2nd. Jordy Lopez runs in 3rd with Danny Hansen in 4th. Justin Bolton running in the 5th position in the Best Western Chevy with the number 11 in the Raptor Ford Fusion of Patrick Crabtree. Peter Bennett back in 7th position with Jordan Worth currently in the 8th spot. Dylan Secchi runs 9th with Casey Tucker in 10th. Josh Fox 11th, Nathan Saxon 12th. Jason Jacoby running in the 13th spot with Matt Spangler in 14th. Alan Bowes in 15th with Ryan Manning in 16th. 17th goes to Greg McKinney with Tyler Hill in 18th. Josh Berry currently back in the 19th position with Timu Livinen in 20th. And that is all the cars that are left on the track, Kane, that are currently within a 10 lap or less.
Let's take a look back at the 19 car of Timu Livinen. This is the first time I've heard his name this race. I hadn't even seen him in here. Timu's a great driver that I've kept an eye on throughout the last couple of years. Not having the best race, 18 laps down, must have been involved in an accident earlier, but
yeah,
good to see him in the race.
Yeah, he was a little earlier, Kane, unfortunately, because he had a great start. He started in 11th position, and he had a good race early, but had a rough race, but good to see him hanging in here like this. He's done a really good job.
On Jordy Lopez Jr., sorry to interrupt you, but now under a 2nd between he and 2nd place.
Yeah, this is the battle to watch right here. He's there. He's within a 4-car length. That will continue to go down as Malik is behind Casey Tucker. So this is where it's at. Jordy Lopez Jr. has caught up to 2nd place driver Malik Ray, and here he comes in the Elwood Designs Ford Fusion, trying to get around the JDR Graphics Chevy of Malik Ray. Here they are, bumper to bumper already, Kane. What a fantastic move here. Will he try to split traffic? No, he's just going to hang on there. He got a little contact on the rear. Gives him a little bump, maybe to possibly pull a bump and run. I remember years ago watching in real NASCAR here. And down on the bottom line, here he goes. And here he's on the bottom line. He will be side to side with Malik Ray. They get a little contact door to door. Down on the bottom line, the 3-car will make the pass successfully. Beautiful job by Jordy Lopez Jr. for the moment. Oh, big trouble! He crashes into the wall, spins around, and that is going to bring out a caution late in the race. A tough turn of events for the 3-car. Golly, what a tough day right there. What a race for Jordy Lopez Jr. to just go down just like that. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It could be trouble for the 25 car as he had to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting the 3-car. Almost a big trouble for Jordan Worth, who is the 8th position car on the lead lap. Changes everything, Kane. Or re-rack them. This is it.
That was it. That all happened on the white flag lap. Paul Kashiba is our race winner, and
That happened so fast, I didn't even realize we were that far along. My goodness.
yeah, trying there for to hold off position there on the last lap. Definitely last lap craziness there for Jordy Lopez Jr.
I thought we might get another lap in, but I wasn't even. I was thinking if we would have green, white, checkered, man. I didn't even. I was all into it. Congratulations, burning out right now, well deserved. Paul Kashiba, winner of the Bristol 250, and a beautiful job. He had one heck of a day, Kane. We saw him pull off some insanely good racing. We actually got to see him pull off what I haven't seen done at Bristol, and that is lap almost every car but two, and that is just unbelievable. Wow. Incredible job by Paul Kashiba. Malik Ray will finish in second position. Now, here's the question with that wreck, where does that put Jordy Lopez Jr.? Because that is huge when you think of the points championship, and officially they have Jordy Lopez Jr. in the 15th spot.
I'm showing him in the 7th.
I'm at seventh. I'm seventh. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said 15. I was looking at the 15th position driver at the time I was reading down. I apologize. Yeah, he is seventh.
And I think that's probably where he's going to be scored for his finish, as that late incident let several cars by. Jordy
Yeah,
Lopez
Danny
Jr. coming
Hansen.
from that far back to battle with Malik Ray and catch him like that, that was fantastic. I loved the little bump that said, "Hello, I'm here." And unfortunately, it ended in disaster for Jordy, but what a great job.
Well, what I was trying to say there, Kane, was that bump reminded me of years ago when Rusty Wallace and Jeff Gordon were here at Bristol, and on the Jeff Gordon was coming up on Rusty. Rusty had led for a good part of the night, and it was coming down to the final lap, and Jeff Gordon, when they went into the exact same spot in the turn where we saw Jeff Gordon riding behind Rusty, and he gets up and gives Rusty a bump, and then runs down on the inside and passes him for the win. It was one of the most classic bump and runs in Bristol history, and it's a very famous replay. And but that was when Jeff was a lot younger, and I mean, it was just unbelievable victory for Jeff Gordon. And what was so crazy was that was Rusty's move, man. Rusty did the bump and run him all the time, and it was just awesome to see him pull it off. And that's what reminded me when we saw Jordy Lopez Jr. get up in there and bump Malik Ray like that. That was awesome. I thought he was going to try to pull it off, and he almost did. He pulled the bump off, went down on the inside, but when he did, he lost control. And that was just real unfortunate, man. That just shows how quickly things can turn around here at Bristol.
Yeah, anything can happen here at Bristol, and Bristol is one of the only places you can really see that bump and run done so effectively and safely, I guess, is what I would call it. It's definitely a move that is done in Bristol quite frequently, still to this day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's we'll be seeing it in the real world this upcoming Sunday, and it could possibly lead to a win. I mean, there was an unbelievable race there. Both races last year were fantastic at Bristol in real NASCAR. They were both great. We look for them to be good again this year. I was very impressed with today's race here in the NASCAR iRacing series. Congratulations again goes out to Paul Kashiba on a job well done. That was really very, very impressive what he pulled off here today. And let's talk to Paul. It looks like he's here to have a word with us. And Paul, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Oh, fantastic, buddy. Congratulations, first off, on a fantastic victory here at Bristol. I have not ever seen anybody lap almost every car on the track except for two, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, that setup was absolutely awesome. Every guy on Wicked Chassis put a little bit in this week. Mark made an awesome setup for us. I really didn't think we were going to have that long of a green flag run. But when we did, and we were just picking them off for the lap cars, I was really surprised. And second split and third split, we have team members leading right now, so that's really, really awesome. And I don't think there's been a track so far that we haven't been fast at, so I'm real happy.
Well, you definitely deserve to be happy, buddy. That was a fantastic job there, and that's going to help out a lot getting a winner or a win here in the NASCAR iRacing Series top splits. Extremely hard to do, and but today you just completely dominated. Early in the race, we saw Malik Ray get out to a really big lead, and I thought maybe you were saving your tires because later in that run, it just you turned it on. You caught him, you nailed him, caught him down, and that's when you never looked back. You just ran away with it from that point forward, and that was just a phenomenal green flag run.
Yeah, you're right. I was saving tires, and I was trying to give him all the room I could because lap traffic was really a hassle here, and I really didn't want to get in anything. I knew he was really quick, and I knew that we were definitely pretty quick, so I didn't want to screw either of our races up. And once there was a little bit of room where I was going to be able to make my move, that's when I was able to do it. And after that, it just was awesome.
Well, congratulations again, Paul. Is anybody you want to thank, bud?
Yeah, everyone on Wicked Chassis, Mark Waltz, Patrick Davis, Christian Peterson, Michael Patton, Robert Cook. Everyone on that team, man, they put in so much work to get us quick for the NIS series, and it really pays off every single week.
Well, definitely a congratulations is in order for all of them for all that hard work because that setup, you don't give all the credit to a setup. A setup only goes so far. You got to have a good driver in there to do the work as well. So, a fantastic job driving this thing around Bristol, buddy. You really deserve the win. We head off to Fontana next week for the first time in the NASCAR iRacing Series to experience Auto Club. What kind of racing do you think we'll see out at Auto Club next week?
Definitely some tight competition. It's a really wide track, so it's gonna be some really tight racing. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't done any real practice there yet with a bunch of cars, so I'm not sure what the races are gonna be like. But since the competition's so stiff every single week, I know the racing is definitely gonna be really fun to watch.
Oh, we really look forward to it. Thanks so much for coming by and having a word with us, Paul. You really deserved win today. That was a heck of a show. And good luck to you next week, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Guys at Wicked Chassis made me look good tonight.
Oh, man, that they did help out, but, man, congratulations. And that is Kashiba, their driver, the Pro Designs Chevrolet. Congratulations again, Paul.
Appreciate it, bud.
All right, and next I want to get in here another great driver, the Wahoo machine there, Jason Jacoby. Jason, a fantastic job tonight. I know you wanted to probably get up there and finish a little higher, but all in all, I thought the Wahoo car looked real good tonight.
Thank you, JD. Yes, sir. It was definitely, I got to thank Shane Miller for the setup. What a job he did providing a pretty stable piece. It's actually really stable compared to anything I've ever driven at Bristol. So thanks to him. Congratulations to Paul. Like you said, I would have loved to have been up there, but Paul did a great job, lapped me 3 times. And so my driving apparently is not up to snuff. So I need to do some work to improve my finish next time.
You were doing just fine, buddy. And to finish 13 in this field at Bristol is very impressive. And to only finish 3 laps down to Paul Kashiba's car. That car, I've never seen a car that dominant at Bristol before, especially in a class of cars that is this tight in skill like you guys are here in this top split. The competition each week is so tight. I mean, think about the winners. We've had new winners each week. And it's like the field has just been extremely competitive. And we know we'll see you up there soon, Jason. We're done. Bristol's done for a while. We will be back. And although the short track for one short week to go to Fontana, we head right back to hit another one at Martinsville in a totally different type of short track racing there. But heading to Fontana, man, it'll be the first time we head out there. What do you think we'll see out there? How do you plan for that?
Man, I really love those big tracks, anything 1.5 miles or above, that seems to suit me well. But like you said, the competition in this series there's so much of it that even if I'm good at that track, I'd kind of wonder if I could even get a top 15 there. Top 10 would be nice. That's good points to hopefully get me into pro by the end of the 26 races, I believe it is. So, yeah, Fontana or Auto Club Speedway, love that track. And I just got to say, JD, it was great to have my teammate Kwame Ajay in the race tonight. It was the first time I had a teammate in one of these big races here, so that was great. We got into a little trouble together. He told me, go low as soon as you get to me. And so I went low. And then we encountered some lap traffic, and it kind of bottled us up. But he otherwise would have finished right near me if he didn't have damage. So and I really quickly would like to say hey to everyone watching the race, and thanks for viewing. And, man, thank you guys again for the awesome job broadcasting, for having me on here.
Oh, absolutely, man, Jason. You deserve to get up there to that pro, and we'll be rooting for all you guys that are racing for pro this season. It is an incredibly difficult challenge, especially for those that have never done it, or they have no idea how difficult it is. And for you guys to really put forth this effort, and they don't know that all the work behind the scenes that goes into making these cars fast each week. It is really challenging, and you guys do it well over at Wahoo. So congratulations again, buddy. And like you said, you're a driver that prefers the bigger tracks. So to come into Bristol and finish 13th, that's a win in my book. I think that's a very good job.
I think you're right. Thank you, JD. Yeah, that's a win for me, and I just want to thank Wahoo again, because I'm the guy who drives the setups. I don't build them that much, so they do all the work. So thanks to those guys again.
Absolutely, Jason. Thanks so much for coming by and having a chat with us, buddy. We'll see you next week out from Auto Club next week for the first time in the NASCAR iRacing series. We look forward to seeing you out there, bud.
Thanks, JD. Y'all have a great night, guys.
You too, buddy. And that is Jason Jacoby, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the Wahoo Motorsport Chevrolet. Had another fantastic performance tonight. Kane, good night of racing, buddy. I really enjoyed Bristol. It always never ceases to amaze me what we're going to see out here at Bristol. You can come in here 4 different times in a row and have 4 completely different races, and that's one of the reasons why I love coming here. We could have had so many lead changes, and we could have had the longest green flag runs. We could have had a million cautions, and could have had a million restarts with a million different position changes. Or we could have had what we had today. We could have had what we had with Kashiba, who laid back early, saved his tires, and then dominated from that point, really planned his race out. And very rarely do you see a driver that plans a race out and it actually works the way that it did for Paul tonight. That was fantastic. A good job by him and his team. Congratulations to all the guys on that team that worked so hard all week long to get this thing pulled off.
Yeah, definitely. What a great race it turned out to be. These guys done such a great job, every one of them, and it was amazing to watch. Paul Kashiba, with the speed that he had, and the start that Malik Ray had, I really thought that he led over 100 laps. I really thought Malik really had something for Paul, but once Paul got in the lead, he really took off.
Yeah, he did. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Malik Ray because he finished second and had a tough battle at the end there with Jordy Lopez Jr., but held his ground and finished second in the JDR Graphics Chevrolet. He did a fantastic job. Second place here is fantastic. I know that he really was looking forward to winning that race because he definitely had a winning race car today. But sometimes that just happens. You have a guy that has a car just a little bit faster than yours, and even though you have a race car that's capable of winning, there's just somebody that has a car that maybe is just a split second faster than you in each lap over the course of 250 laps here at Bristol. That will cause over an 8-second or a 5-second differential. So big win for Paul Kashiba today. A big day for Malik Ray. That'll help him out tremendously in the point standings. And Danny Hansen, how about him getting a 3rd place finish here today in the Pro Geek Ford Fusion? That 18 car looked fantastic today. He was definitely our biggest mover of the day as he started 31st and ended 3rd, Kane. Started 31st, and ended 3rd. That is unbelievable. Talk about moving from one end of the spectrum to the other. That is very impressive, and I hope to see Danny Hansen again next week at Fontana. He really was fun to watch. Justin Bolton back and forth. The bestwestern.com Chevy has been tough all year long so far, and I'll tell you what, he did it right here today at Bristol with that 4th place finish. And then Peter Bennett knocked out rounded out our top 5. Patrick Crabtree finished 6th place in the Raptor Ford Fusion. He had a great day. We didn't talk about Patrick Crabtree enough in today's race. Jordy Lopez Jr., after that wreck in the Elwood Designs Ford Fusion, finished 7th even after wrecking on the last lap. That was a very impressive run by him at the end. Thought that if he maybe could have held on, he maybe could have finished in 2nd place. And then how about Jordan Worth in the WingQuest Chevy to finish 8th? What a fantastic run by him. He come all the way up, finished in the 8th spot. He started back in 22nd at the race start, and in an 8th place finish, a job well done. In the DylanSecchi.com Chevy, Dylan Secchi finished 9th. And then our Daytona shootout winner, Casey Tucker, rounded out our top 10 in the Fast and All Fusion. So a great job by Casey Tucker as well. Congratulations.
Definitely glad to see Casey Tucker get back into a top 10 finish. He had a couple not the greatest races since the Daytona shootout, but looking good here today.
Yes, he really, really looked great today, and proud of him. Now, Casey's another driver. He's kind of like Jason Jacoby. He really thrives at the bigger tracks, 1.5 mile and bigger. So for him to come into Bristol, get a top 10, that's really big for him. He obviously had a tough time qualifying here. He started all the way back in 30th, and he actually, had a real tough time. So for him to come out of here in 10th place, big day for him. Josh Fox in the Lowe's number 12. We don't talk about Josh Fox enough. Each week he's battling up for a top 10. He gets an 11th today. Nathan Saxon had a big day, Kane. He finished 12th. The AMD 24 machine, Nathan Saxon finishes up in the 12th spot. That's big for him today. I just got a feeling we'll see this guy improve each week. I think we'll see Nathan Saxon battling for top 5s here in the next couple weeks. You watch it. He just keeps creeping up each week. But a lot of good days for a lot of good guys, and a couple rough days. Unfortunately, Jarl Taheen, we've seen him up at the top all season long, and unfortunately today back in the 28th position. Rough day for him. Billy Price had a rough day. He'll drop back and punt and come back, and we'll see Billy Price battling for a top 10 next week. No worries, not a doubt in my mind. Chris Hall, same goes with him. Finished 24th. He'll be battling up for a top 15, top 10 next week as well. But that's how they ran here today. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, buddy?
I'm just really looking forward to California next week. It's really going to be exciting. Get back to a bigger track.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to be talking about fast. We're going to be over 200 miles an hour next week, buddy. Fastest track on the West Coast, Auto Club Speedway, for the very first time on the NASCAR iRacing series. Cannot wait to get out to this bad boy. It is going to be extremely fun. You're talking about 3 wide today. We're going to see 5 wide racing next week. You mark my words. That is a wide track, buddy. And when they get to battling for position, 4 wide's the normal. 5 wide, you'll see it once or twice throughout the race. It's going to be very, very intense. And for somebody to win out there, they're going to be working hard on some setups. Because let me tell you what one of the biggest problem is. It ain't going to be the wrecks. It's going to be blown motors. That thing, you're running wide open so much at that track, and if you try to draft too much, there's going to be a lot of blown engines. It reminds me of Michigan, Kane, the way that the track is. And I get mad, though, when drivers say it's the same track as Michigan, because it's not the same. It's similar. I will agree with that, but it is not the same track. They have 2 totally different characteristics, and it's going to be extremely fun to watch. So I guess that's it. We want to thank everybody for coming by and watching the show. Thanks for all the great drivers that came by. I want to thank Paul and Jason Jacoby both for stopping by, having a word with us post-race. And we will be coming to you live next Wednesday night, same time, same place, here to bring you all the best coverage of the top split of the NASCAR iRacing series. And once again, Kane, I want to thank our wonderful sponsors as we thank TrakRacer, SimInstruments, and GetDirtyMX.com. My name's JD Smith, and with me, Kane Kraft. You guys have a wonderful night. We'll be back live next week from Auto Club Speedway.